Hey, what's happening, gamers? How's everybody doing? Welcome to the 20th episode of 10 Years Later, Batman Arkham Knight. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we're just waiting for the game to start. So, I had to let Zelda out of the basement, and I had to monitor her like I was a prison warden, because if I leave her alone, she'll mess up my carpets. And like I said, we don't have any financial ability to take her to the vet, find out what's going on, because it's been several weeks without payment from YouTube, so we're kind of in trouble. And apparently, I'm in trouble because I don't remember if I renewed my license during the pandemic. It's possible I did, but if I didn't, then I would have to take a driver's license exam and written thing. I don't have time for that, so I'm probably just going to end up getting a state ID. And then I can go right to the bank and, try to take out that loan. So it's just, everything's just a huge mess. The good news is I can get a state ID in one day, so hooray. I'm surprised the stress hasn't given me a heart attack yet. I honestly am. Wait, no. No, I don't want to go with the gray Batmobile. It's gross. I need to change the color. I don't want to drive in that. Hideous. But how you guys doing in the chat? Hopefully you guys having a fantastic night. I'm gonna set up the super chat goal. If you guys want to use it, it's cool. If you want to ask me questions, it's easier to see with the super chats anyway. We'll set it up for 3 hours. There'll be another Batman stream after this, and then I start doing Ultimates again, starting on July 3rd. So. Okay, there we go. So, super chat goal is there. We bothered Robin in the last episode because we could. And now Babs has work for us to do in the city. Slade has stuff for us to do in the city. I'm actually amazed that we haven't found more stuff out in Gotham. Which is weird. This stuff is still closed off. This stuff is still closed off. What else is... So this stuff is done. This stuff is almost done. So apparently there's more in Miyagami Island? How is that possible? Founders Island has 1. Miyagami has 4 more somehow, amazingly. I don't know how that's even plausible, but there you go. And Lamb to the Slaughter, that is the creepy guy. And Riddler we're not doing. We're not doing Riddler because I don't feel like it. Firefighters, there is 1 more on Bleak Island somewhere. So we could go search for Bleak Island to try to find the firefighter. And of course, if you guys know where the firefighter is, you can always help out with that. That's fine. So I'm going to mostly stick around. Looks like Miyagami for a while. Miyagani, excuse me. Miyagani Island. Miyagani. Which is... Miami... No, I'm on Bleak right now. Gotta go here. So we're gonna see if we can find more of those fools. Over that way.
The militia have taken up a position underneath the botanical gardens. Bad mistake.
I think they might
Wait, I found one already? Whoa.
Scans are showing them to be armed and protected with multiple sentry gun placements.
That's kind of dope. I didn't even... Okay. Apparently I already found one. Well, there you go. Hi, Joseph. How's it going? Nope, my life is just upside down at the moment. But I mean, it's not like... The thing that I'm concerned about is, with the neuropathy, I can't take the driver's license anyway, so there's really no point doing it. So it'd just be easier to do what Pennsylvania calls a real ID. Which is weird, Most people don't have to get those IDs until they're in their 60s or 70s because they can't drive anymore, but, with my neuropathy, I can't drive anyway, so there's really no point. If there's no record of us, like, renewing our license during the pandemic, then... Because I never got a new driver's license sent to me. So it doesn't really matter to me. Either I get a new license or I get a quote-unquote real ID. As long as I can submit verification of who I am so I can try for those bank loans. Otherwise, we're screwed. Then the only thing left to do is to try to have somebody open a GoFundMe and, you know, work with them.
Chances are we're not gonna even see him.
It's just, it's absolutely nuts.
Damn straight. I've been itching to use all our training on the bat.
You've reached the waypoint. Okay. Well, then where's the thing? It says, oh. Whoops.
The militia have taken up a position underneath the botanical gardens. Bad mistake.
Okay, alright.
I
Underneath the
think they
tentacle
might
gardens.
disagree
Okay,
with you, sir. Scans are showing them to be armed and
Wait,
protected
who's shooting
with
me and why?
multiple sentry gun placements.
Oh, that's what.
Be like a man, Batman. It figures. We all know you prefer hiding in the dark.
Seriously? Okay, whatever. Well, that happened. No, I don't care about you, Riddler. I'm not doing nothing, dude. Just go away. Go be annoying somewhere else. Blow up. Thank you.
Serpent down!
Serpent down, serpent down. Yeah, that's because I blew it up. Oh, nope.
Whose idea was it to set up a great man? What's your problem? I just imagining what one of those vines could do. Rip you in half, or squish your head like a pimple.
Is that the only big booms
I
that
feel
there
so
are?
much better.
Don't try this at home, kids. Oh wow, that was real easy. Holy cow. That was super easy. Okay, well, that happened. No, I don't need to see my goal. I don't care. It's there if people want to help.
You better have something in reserve, Batman. I want this fight to last.
I don't know if I'm gonna. I mean, I'll look into it, Wally. If you can give me the instruction on how to do it, you have to remember that I'm technologically illiterate. Like, I do not have any tech skills when it comes to modding things and all that other stuff. That's not me. I would be open to it, sure, but it's not me.
Militia
What is this?
scare me. This is our city. We get to terrorize it. No one else.
What's this about? Start challenge? This is online stuff, isn't it? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is.
It's Batman. Now put your foot down. Smash him.
Smash him. Smash him. I'm gonna smash you back. Smash back. Nice to see you, Wally. What other mods do we have tonight? So the plan is, guys, 2 Batman streams, except I think one is gonna be,
Arkham Knight punks you.
I don't know what it is. Yeah, it'd be episode 21. And I'm contemplating doing, I know, too much Arkham, but thinking about doing an uploaded series on the O1 channel because I'm desperate for additional income, so. Problem is, I don't have much room on the computer that's over here. I don't have several gig free, so I'm gonna have to do a data transfer. The good news is, in 1 week, I'll be done monetizing the Let's Play channel. I've now done a total of, if YouTube is correct, I've done, out of 17,000 videos, I've done 4,900.
So who's controlling the militia
Hooray.
now that the night's gone?
Right? Yeah. 4,900 videos out of 17,000. Yikes. So, probably by next week, we'll be done. If I keep the pace going. The problem is, I'm not getting that much sleep doing this. This is why I hate going to new companies, is it takes so long to get everything remonetized. Most channels only have 1,000 videos. We have 17,000. So, the process is much longer. And with just me doing it, you know, it's only one person and... Just you as far as you know? Alright. Hey, Walls, do you know, you remember the destinations of, different militia troops? Because I would like to take down as many as possible. Apparently there's a bunch here on Miyagani, but I'm not seeing them. It even says there's a couple checkpoints. There's 3 checkpoints left on Miyagani. So, as well as, apparently there's 3 serpent drones somewhere. I don't even know where those things are. Oh, never mind. I think that's a serpent drone right there.
Remember,
Whoops.
Batman,
Whoops.
shout and charge him. Never fails.
Come on. Come on. Thank you. Thank you. Whoa. Oh. Blow up, blow up, blow up, blow up. I'm right here in your line of sight. Let's go. Thank you. 2 left.
I've lost the drone.
Anybody see an own the road situation? I don't. Hey, John, how's it going?
Controlling the militia now that the night's gone.
Nice to see you, Mr. John Doe. Yup, I have to, well, I mean, if the company hadn't stole money from me, I wouldn't have to remonetize the entire channel, but I'm with a new company, and YouTube's like, oh, okay, you're a YouTube partner again, but
Looks like it's all on scale.
we have to remonetize every single video, because guess what? When you left the company you were working for, all your videos were unmonetized. So, the last time that I had to remonetize an entire YouTube channel, we had a total of 8,000 videos. So if we had 8,000 videos 10 years ago, and now we have 17,000, that's insane. How many videos am I going to have in 10 years? 10 years from now, am I going to be, like, close to... I don't even want to think about it. This is way too much work for one person, and now that Amber's part-time, I am going insane. Yeah, I think so. I have to be doing the work of probably a team of 10 people with just one person. I don't know how I do it. I'm really pushing the limits of my ADD and my, like, what do they call it? Multitasking skills. I don't know how I do it. I do. I guess, you know, when you're desperate and you're trying to make back money, you do whatever you can, but still, I don't know how I manage it. I've almost done 5,000 videos of 17,000. And I've been remonetized since June 23rd, so... Ugh. I'm definitely getting crankier. Blow up! Thank you. One more to go. You're still on Miyagani, right? Most of the checkpoints are on rooftops now? Nani? How's that a thing? Wouldn't the checkpoints be on the ground, though? You know, like, blocking the ground? Why would they be... Are you serious? They'll be up on the air? I think you're thinking of something else. I don't remember ever seeing the weird checkpoints are usually on the ground. They have like a shield around them. They're super annoying. Hey, John, you want to help me find the remaining checkpoints on Miyagani? We have 3 checkpoints left on Miyagani. I'd like to take care of those, if possible. And then we'll do the creepy pastor guy. Yoink. So I am not doing the Riddler stuff. I will be doing the challenge maps. So if you guys are interested in watching the challenge maps, I will be starting the challenge maps once we complete the story. So I'm gonna probably change the thumbnail template a little bit, called 10 Years Later Challenge Maps or something, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But since I haven't been paid yet, I can't buy any new games. So Breath of the Wild will be ending soon. Breath of the Wild has at least 4 or 5 live streams left. I need to milk the Batman content as long as I can. I'm not doing the Riddler stuff because I hate the Riddler stuff. If people want to pay for doing Riddler trophies, that's fine, but that's the only way I'm going to do it. Because I don't want to. Don't like them. The Riddler stuff is super annoying. Whoop. Whoa. But yeah, I will be doing challenge maps. So Batmobile challenges, tank challenges, combat, Predator. Probably end up doing the DLC for Robin and those guys too. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Probably do the Nightwing and Robin, Harley Quinn, all like one episode. Because I mean, those don't take very long. Probably do Batgirl Matter of Family, but I think I'm gonna wait. Batgirl Matter of Family came out in 2016, so the 10-year anniversary for that is next year, 2026. So I don't believe I'll be doing that. Boom. Do you like me now? How do you like me now? Nope. Nope. Nothing fancy, just beating people up. Give me that. Boom, 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 boom. Skadoosh. Alright, all good. So you want me to go toward Elliott Hospital? Interesting. Sure thing, John. Thanks very much. This is all technically still Miyagani. Okay, so the hospital is where? That's an AR challenge. This is, what is this? This is Wayne Tower. Okay. Where is the hospital? Ah, there it is. Alright. Let's check it out.
Yeah, I fought Batman once. Broke my arm in 3 places. But the way I see it, lightning ain't gonna strike the same place twice.
I'm really angry at these losers, guys, because I had so many plans. My cats need their rabies shots. I was going to buy 2 new games to work on, which I haven't been able to. So I've really been slacking on the Switch 2 coverage. Super angry, man. Very thankful that, you know, Arkham Knight happened to celebrate its 10-year anniversary right when all this stuff was happening. And, you know, I suppose I could milk Tears of the Kingdom if I had to, but I really don't want to play Tears of the Kingdom. I'm not a super fan of Tears of the Kingdom. It's too long, it's too confusing. There was like, you have to remember, there was like 100 live streams of Tears of the Kingdom. Maybe more. Shut up, Riddler. Shut your stupid Riddler face. Alright, so we're on, Are these the guys? Oh, yeah, okay, these work. Ow! Okay, you never, one sec. Okay, you know what, I'm getting seriously annoyed with you. Does this really count as a checkpoint, though? I guess. Well, that's a gun. Whoa! I'm surprised that worked. Ah. Oh, he had a stupid shield. I forgot that the brutes can carry shields in this. Whoops. That was dumb. What? Oh, no. Hmm. Okay, I need to break this fool's shield. Or, you know what? Breaking that fool is fine. Works for me. Is he done? No, his shield is just busted. Cheap shot. Ah! Wait, I broke your shield! How did you bring it back? Whatever. Is there a reason why you didn't? Oh, okay, he was already KO'd. Alright, never mind. Okay, so this apparently was the Miyagani checkpoint over at the hospital. Very interesting. It does count as a checkpoint. Yeah, I see that.
Me and you, that'll be the real fight.
Yep, so fingers crossed, guys and gals, that I can get my ID tomorrow, and then I get to the bank. And if I can get that loan, my life will be so much easier for a while. Because I can pay for food, I can pay for new games, I can pay our electricity, which my electricity bill is in, what is it, 7 days, I think? Yeah.
It's too late.
Electricity's in 7 days.
I'm spread all over your mind like fresh blood on white bathroom tiles.
Amber will feel a lot better if we can pay another month's rent, too.
Toxin or no.
So yeah, praying, sending good vibes, all that other stuff. Unfortunately, we had a couple people leave the channel again over thinking that I am a bad example for religious people, so... I think people were misunderstanding what I was talking about the other day when I was comparing Christian music to DC Comics. What I was saying is, it is not uncommon for Christian music to be behind the times because they don't have as much money as secular people. A lot of Christian organizations are non-profit, you know, and they're behind in terms of technology and all this other stuff, so it's not uncommon for Christian music to start doing like 80s hair metal music in the early 90s or something like that. The only real, like, heavy metal Christian group we had that was consistent from the 80s to the 90s and whatever was Stryper. But we didn't really have a lot of alternative edge music until, like, right around the time Evanescence came out or whatever. Which is a long time ago. So I wasn't insulting Christian music. I was just saying that they're just behind in terms of, like, trends. Which is not a bad thing. I believe I even said, like, as long as the lyrics are uplifting, then Christian music does its job. But apparently that made a couple people angry and they left the channel. I'm just like, okay, that's a weird thing to leave the channel over, but it's like, if you do leave the channel, just go in peace. I don't need any more psychotic fans. I have enough of... I have like 2,000 or 3,000, like, crazy fans. You know? I don't need more people becoming like jokers. I already have too many jokers as it is. So if somebody does leave the channel, just do it the normal way. I don't want to watch you anymore. You know, cool. Go in peace, you know? Don't become one of those crazy people. I don't need that. I don't need any of that. It's a lot of stress for Amber and I when people go full-blown crazy. Alright, John, so I got, it says 2 more checkpoints. What just happened? Apparently this checkpoint was done. doing? Ow, ow, ow. Skadoosh, 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 doosh, doo, doo, doo. Yaha! Nope, you're not getting back up. Freeze. Huh? There's supposed to be a takedown for this? Do I just stand here? Well, this is fun. I guess I'll just leave you a popsicle. I'm supposed to have a takedown thing that's... You know what? Whatever. Note to self, don't use freeze upgrade on the last thug. It will break your combo. Whoopsies! I'm yelling at myself in real life. Yeah, kinda, sorta. They do... I've never seen them actually pull over on the side of the road. The militia is usually technically gone after stuff. I don't think I've ever had them, like, drive up and get out of their clown car. It's kind of cool.
Best Halloween ever.
The tunnel near the fire station? Is the fire station listed on the map, by the way? Because I'm all the way over here by, Gotham Memorial... sorry, Thomas Elliot Memorial Hospital. Elliot Memorial. Like, is the fire station listed as a destination or no? That's the orphanage. This is the thing. Stupid AR challenge we don't care about. Why is the other thug pulsating? I don't know. He likes to. Maybe he's into techno music. It's near the gardens? Okay. You mean by the big giant tree? Alright, I'll give it a look. I might have already done the one by the fire department, though. No, it says we have 2 left. You're correct. And if anybody knows the location, it's John, because John knows this game inside and out. So would you guys support a daily upload over on the O1 channel? Like around noon or something of Arkham Knight? Probably gonna do a skin that came out 10 years ago and just like have that be my thumbnail. Something like that. Maybe I'll do like 1970s Batman or something. I can't continue the Robert Pattinson one because I would have to start all over again. Like, there's a file that was corrupted on my computer, so I missed out on an entire 40 minutes of the game, and it was story-related, so I have to start over again. So I'll probably be doing New Game Plus of this on Steam Deck. Because I'm really getting used to playing this game on the PS3 now.
Batman's acting weird. That's what I heard.
Alright, I see the fire department over there, but I'm not seeing any, You said it's on top of a building?
Come on, floor it. Run him down.
It's on top of the building by the fire department? I didn't quite catch what you meant, John. 'Cause I'm here by the fire department. I'm not seeing a, not seeing a bunch of those, like, punkers.
Man, the bat could crush us in that car tank. Okay, that was weird.
Yeah, of course. Alright, so that's what I'm going to be working on, because I'm going to be dialing back the monetization, because I should have, by tonight, we should be close to 6,000 videos monetized on this channel, out of 17. Plus, with the YouTube Shorts, I don't really care. There's like 2,000 YouTube Shorts, so I'm not even going to bother with that. You don't really make any money on YouTube Shorts anyway. So I can pace myself with that.
Taking care of these Arkham night punks yet?
Okay, so we're at the fire department. I'm not seeing any jerk faces. There's a random robot over there. That's a Riddler thing. There's a tunnel with the militia. Tunnel? You mean underground? Underground tunnel? How is there an underground tunnel? I don't really get that. This tunnel? The Grand Avenue tunnel? Uh-oh. I'm gonna become street pizza. Ah, why? Stay in your vehicles if you don't want to get your butt handed to you. Oh, he just ran you over. Right down the road? You mean in Wayne Tunnel, right? Hi Jade, how's it going? Go above the tunnel?
It's Batman! Put your foot down, smash it!
I guess we'll try that. I mean, I already ripped these guys a new one before. There's nothing here. This is too far. Yeah, this isn't right. Go above the tunnel. Okay. Alright, so your next like goal, guys, 140 if you can. I'll type it later. I'll type it later. I don't like the gray Batmobile. Right, so the fire department was here. So you're saying on top of the tunnel? Where the flags are? Ah, okay. Gotcha. Cool beans. Alright, good. We know where that is. Ah. Everybody messes me up. I'm messed up by everything. By everything and everyone. Okay. Not you guys. Alright, so this is a Predator one. Well, we're not going to do a Predator thing anyway.
I don't care if it's a tank or a car anymore, so long as I never see it again.
Oops. Went too far. You've gone too far. Whoop. What? He saw me? Well, that sucks.
I need to get
What do you mean you need to get closer? You're like right there.
I need to get closer.
Oh, you know what? I have no patience for this.
What's the drone saying? Nothing. All sectors clear. It's like he vanished. It's impossible.
Is it? Is it really? I don't feel... No. I'm gonna take you out, so I don't feel like getting shot by you.
Do not drop your guard. Do not lower your guns. Do not let him strike.
Oh, hey, Deathstroke. How's it going? Do 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 do. Nope.
What's the calibration on that drone?
Thank you very much for the super chat. Bless you. And we're gonna take this fool down. Missed. Need to take down one more gun. One more. think I'm out of range. Wait, am I out? Is it all gone?
What's your status? Talk to me. No enemies detected. Where the hell is he?
So.
I'm out of ammo.
You fight like a man. Where's the Fury going?
Hey guys.
I got him! I hit! My location!
Wait. No.
It's been a long rivalry, Bat. But
Oh,
this,
normal
your way
transportation.
of
I like by land. By air, I have no control. I'm just a passenger. And I'm speaking theoretically because, you know, I can't drive anymore because of my stupid legs. But what I like about being on land is you do have more control over your vehicle. So you have options. If you are going to end up in a car accident, you can steer off the side of the road. And as long as you're not on a cliff, you can go in the ditch. You'll do less damage to your vehicle. You won't collide with other cars. Easier on your insurance. And also, you won't get as many bad injuries. Now, if you veer off the road and there's a cliff, you probably want to stay on the road and hit another vehicle. Or aim for the guardrail or something. But with a plane, you're just a passenger. And based on how high you are in the sky, survival rate is incredibly low. It's almost next to impossible. With boats, they sink, and also I get nauseous from boats. So I don't do well with boats. I don't like them. Don't like boats. I prefer vehicles. Alright, these fools are really getting on my nerves. Alright, where are you? One. Zippy here. 2 Zippy.
Remember, Scarecrow wants him alive.
3 Zippy.
Nothing else matters.
And that's it for Zippies, right? Is there one more? One more fool for me to mess with?
I'm out of ammo.
Of course you are. Party time!
Got him! Oh! Damn it! What's wrong with this piece of crap? Busted! Need a new
No!
It's been a long
Why did it have to be bullets?
But this is the only way it could
I hate bullets. We'll get this. We'll get this. It's fine. It's fine. Be one thing if the game... Like, there's nothing I can do to level up that stupid drone's, whatchamacallit. Like, saying I'm too far away from it when I'm literally, like, hovering right above it. Super annoying. Explosive gel, stun, increased range. Oh yeah, we have the whole walk on the ground, get stunned by ice. I should probably be using that. What's this? Disruptor, optic armor. Eh. Disruptor, sabotage, stun sticks. I mean, that's stupid. Why would I even want that? Whatever. There's no range amplifier, which that would be an upgrade that you would actually want. Something that's useful. But of course not. Why would you give me something useful? Twin armored batarang. 3 batarangs. I don't see how that'll really help me very much, but okay. I never use these. Gadgets while gliding, explosive gel. How is using an explosive gel thing actually going to help me? What is this? Gadgets while gliding. Yeah. I mean, maybe. Maybe that'll give me something. What is this? Fire remote electrical charge while gliding. How does that work? Be easier just to throw the batarangs. Target up to you have to target them? You just can't throw them randomly? How do you target while in the air? Throw up to 4 gadgets while locked on and gliding towards a group of enemies. I've never done that. I guess we could try it. I'm still not changing my armor because I'm being stubborn. I'll change my armor in New Game Plus. I'm not, you know, not doing the other thing. What is this? Disruptor of deflective armor. No, that seems like a waste. Explosive gel thingy. Sure, I don't care. Okay, Batmobile is done. Tech gadgets. Moves list? What is this? No, I already have those. There's no way to get the Batmobile up on a roof, right? No, of course not.
Lost it. Plunged his hand into some guy's face. Used it like a catcher's mitt.
What about if we throw a... We'll have to play smart.
Scarecrow's got one last play. Sounds nasty.
Okay, there's 2 guys down here. There's too many guys up here.
I don't care if Scarecrow wants him alive. He should pay for what he's done.
So these are the guys that I would need to disable the guns then.
It's been a night, Batman. The old bone's starting to ache.
You guys okay? See anything? Report!
Oops. Still.
Okay.
Thought I was gonna freeze to death in there.
Oh, I hit the wrong guy.
Damn it! What's wrong with this piece of crap?
That guy.
Anyone got eyes on target? Anyone see him?
What?
We need eyes on target now.
Isn't the drone supposed to sabotage itself?
Target's gone. Adopt defensive positions. If he comes back this way, he's ours.
We're good. Sloppy, but effective. Okay, so we just had to devise our strategy a little bit different. Mostly worked. Alright, John, one more.
You always were one of the best.
Yeah, whatever, Slade. Okay, so... we got one more Miyagani. Somewhere.
Looks like it.
Whoops. And we also... I'd like to do the firefighters in this episode as well. So the firefighters, all that fun stuff.
I can't leave the militia checkpoints operational. Time to find
So we did the one at Elliott. We did the one on top of the bridge leading into the tunnel. There's one more in Miyagani. What is my favorite Mario game? I have several Mario games I like. I divide Mario games differently than you guys do because I've been a gamer for so long. So I view Mario as 2D and 3D outings. So for my favorite 2D Mario game, probably would be Mario Brothers 3. My favorite 3D Mario game is most likely Mario Galaxy. Most likely. Mario Galaxy blew me away. Long time ago. Made quite the impression on me. You had a power outage? Well, I mean, there's a lot of storms going on, so.
Keep solving those riddles. I will allow myself the pleasure of crushing you beneath my giant metal foot until you do.
Not sure what that thing was that it just blew up. And yet here we are. And more of those creepy things on the...
Best Halloween ever. Let's go to the department store and loot some costumes.
Is The Dark Knight my favorite live-action Batman movie? No. My favorite live-action Batman movie, I believe, is the same as Amber's, which would be Batman Begins. I really like Batman Begins. I was looking forward to Ben Affleck's Batman movie, but it never happened. So Batman Begins is still my favorite, I believe. I'm a big fan of the 1970s comic run of Batman, so I feel like Chris Nolan did that justice, as well as incorporating Ra's al Ghul and Scarecrow and stuff like that based on their more, like...
So Harley went after the bat?
I guess you would say, like, kind of realistic interpretations. I don't know. I like the psychological aspect of Batman Begins as well. The Dark Knight... The Dark Knight, to me, I understand that it made, like, it got some reward. 20 years or something like that. There was some type of, like, film thing that it just got an acknowledgement, but I wouldn't say that The Dark Knight is really a superhero movie, though. I would say that it's kind of like a crime drama. The most influential, like, superhero movie of the past 20 years, it should have gone to Spider-Man 2, and I can explain that to you. So Spider-Man 2 is a movie where the entire plot revolves around one centered character, which is Peter Parker. We get to see his struggles, we get to see the cost of being Spider-Man, to both his, like, personal life, his working life, and all this other stuff. So there's consequences to being Spider-Man. And every character revolves around Peter Parker. So it's a great movie. Not just superhero movie, like it should be the pinnacle superhero movie in my opinion. But The Dark Knight won best superhero movie of the past like 20 years, and I don't think it should have counted as that because for the most part, The Dark Knight movie is a crime thriller. Yes, there are characters that wear colorful costumes and stuff like that or whatever, but for the most part, the movie is not around a central figure. It's almost like a Gotham City Stories movie where you have the point of view of the Joker, a Batman, Rachel Dawes, Two-Face. I wouldn't really say Alfred, but definitely the police commissioner and things like that. So it feels like an ensemble movie where the main character is actually the city itself. Because Batman's only in the movie technically for 20 minutes. I think he's only in costume for like less than 20 minutes. It's mostly Christian Bale as, like, Bruce Wayne every once in a while. Oh, yeah, and Lucius Fox. Like, every character has a significance in that movie, and it's one of the best movies of all time, don't get me wrong. But it's a different type of movie. It's like... it doesn't really central around Batman. Like, when I think of superhero movie, I think of a movie that, like, lifts up and completely revolves around that character. And there's so many different characters that have, like, a significance in the story Whereas, like, every character that you can think of in Spider-Man 2 orbits around Spider-Man. Mary Jane, the romantic side. You've got Harry Osborn, who wants revenge on Spider-Man for the death of his father. You've got Dr. Octopus, who knew Peter Parker and has, like, some connection to him. Like, all the characters in that movie, the central core figure of that superhero film is Peter Parker. You can't tell me that the central figure for The Dark Knight is Batman. It's basically 3 or 4 characters. It's technically more than that. Because you have important, you know, character stuff from the point of view of Commissioner Gordon, Joker, Batman, Rachel Dawes, Harvey Dent, Lucius Fox. It's an ensemble movie. Fantastic movie, but, you know. The Spider-Man 2 movie should have won. Because it was, like, the pinnacle of superhero movies. Because it did what it was supposed to. It was a good comic book film that showed everything about Spider-Man. And it was a well-made movie, too. It wasn't just, like, a thrown-together movie. It's one of my favorite movies of the past, like, two decades. Like, I love Spider-Man 2. Yeah, I mean, the argument that Batman is a superhero or a hero, comes down to the people who write the stories. They're trying to make Batman a metahuman now, which I don't agree with. I think that completely dismisses the whole point of his human qualities, as well as his, you know, being human. If you give him meta powers, it's kind of stupid, because it takes away from who the character is. This is one of the core reasons I don't really read DC Comics anymore, is because they've completely missed the plot, so to speak. They don't know what they're doing anymore. They're digging in the wrong places. They're making so many mistakes. It's just incredibly irritating. So, John, where's the last one? We have one more roadblock. And apparently the police chopper hasn't found it.
Time to seek out and destroy the militia checkpoints.
Whoop.
That thing will flatten us. Move! I'm going.
The ferry terminal? Do you know what is the ferry terminal? You mean the train station?
The Arkham Knight took off. Just another cocky pretender.
Because I don't know what you mean by I don't think there's any boats here, is there? I don't believe there's any boats on Miyagani. I don't even think there's any boats in general. The only boat that we had in this was, what's his name? The boat would have been Victor's boat that was here temporarily. I'm not aware of a... Also, aren't the docks over in the next area? Like, this doesn't count as Miyagani. This, Port Adams would be a part of, Otisburg, I believe. So I'm not familiar where to go. You'll have to lead me there, John.
Remind me to hit a toy shop before we leave. Told my kid I was gonna buy him a present.
Yeah, see, the whole thing is Batman is superhero or hero. That debate, it depends on who you talk to. Like, he's categorized as a superhero based on all the people he runs with. And he saved the city more times than, you know, is humanly possible. But I think making him a metahuman is a very stupid idea. And, I mean, I know there's no way of stopping DC from doing that, but I think that completely ruins his character. Because if you make him a metahuman, then you'll have to make Dick Grayson a metahuman. And all their... all that they've accomplished being human is completely taken away because of some weirdo comic book writer. Doesn't make any sense. Oh, we're finally seeing Joker. I was waiting for that to happen. David and Goliath, what? What does that mean? Got your foot.
It's Batman. Come on, let's get over there.
As long as you dress up in a costume and you have stuff, then it counts as a superhero. Again, it all depends. Like, I grew up thinking Batman was a superhero, and then as I aged and I read more of his stories and things like that, he's more of a hero than a superhero. He runs with superheroes. But even some of the comics that I read growing up, he doesn't refer to himself as a superhero. Just refers to himself as a vigilante or a agent of good, or, you know, he does heroic things. He doesn't really care how people perceive him. He's just going to do what he thinks is right. I think Superman called him a superhero once in like either the 70s or 80s. I don't remember what Batman's response was.
So who's controlling the militia now that the night's gone?
What is my favorite Batman game? Arkham City. If you guys are joining, we're trying to find the next militia checkpoint, which is by the ferry. But I don't know where the ferry is, so... James Gunn called Batman a superhero? Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me with James Gunn. James Gunn, Joker face. Oh, wow, I thought that would go away by now. Okay. Usually you turn around, it disappears. Nope? Okay. Yeah, James interprets Batman as a superhero, so...
There are riddles to be solved on Miyagani Island, Batman, which is named for the tribe...
Matt Reeves does not think of Batman as a superhero. So again, it all depends. Batman is a character that can be reinterpreted in so many ways. Which is amazing. Because not many characters can be changed from light to dark, or, you know, a detective to a Cape Crusader to all kinds of stuff. All depends on the writer. Okay, so it's over by Bleak Island? Okay, so very interesting. So you're saying it's over by the Cauldron? Is it under the bridge? No, it's Lambs to a Slaughter. We don't want to go there. So it leads to Bleak Island, and it's the ferry. Well, this is a dock thingy here. Alright, let's give it a shot. You beat Slade Wilson in 30 seconds? Yeah, I won't be able to do that. Aren't there Cobra tanks? There are Cobra tanks in Slade's mission.
There's gotta be someone left in Gotham worth robbing. Well, you know.
Be somebody in Gotham worth robbing. Yeah, maybe. Alright, so over by the ferry terminal. Between Miyagami and Bleak Island. Okay.
They were beating on him pretty bad from what I could see. Definitely ain't a good night to be a firefighter. Good night for
The only...
things.
Whoa. No! Oh no! I'm stuck! Come on! Weird invisible wall glitch. Whoa. What's up, Linky? Alright, there we go. We got some boats now. Boat trips. Lovely. Alright, so what am I looking for, John? You said it's over by the ferry? Are you sure I didn't do this one already? It looks like this checkpoint's been taken care of. What else you got?
Batman's gonna get what's coming. Scarecrow ain't beaten yet.
What's up, Linky? Come here, boy. Come see me. Come here. Good boy. Yep, Link is here. Who's a good boy? What are you doing? What are you doing? You want my lap?
I told you 3 times.
Just hanging out?
Guy's dead. Now would you shut up? We're on patrol.
Oh, okay, you're climbing all over me. Thank you.
Saw him on TV once, you know, when he ran for president.
The ferry terminal is right next to the bridge?
Got on the ballot.
Okay. Ferry terminal right next to the bridge.
Bodies, tanks, mass evacuations. I love Gotham at night.
I mean, technically now aren't I on Miyagani, though? I think I might already done that one, though. I'm under the bridge here. Because once I cross that bridge, I'm on Bleak Island.
Yep, the bad had the night, dead to rights, and he just let him go. You ask me, there's more history there than the night ever let on.
Bored detective. Craving a
Please be
grimly
quiet,
satisfying
Riddler.
reminder of
I
your own
don't
stupidity?
want to hear from you right now.
Test your mind against the brand new riddles in Stag's airships, the Militia's hideout, and the abandoned film studios. Stag's airship, the Militia's hideout, and the abandoned film studios. Every riddle has been placed. My master plan is in effect. Forget all those other pretenders. Remember who your real nemesis is.
I mean, I think they're showing... I would say this of any movie, though. I don't like it when they show a lot of clips for films because, you know, it defeats the whole purpose of going to the movie. You can probably figure out stuff pretty easily.
Freaking bat tank fires
You know?
rounds.
If they keep showing you everything about the movie, it's not really fun by the time it finally releases. I think that they're being a little bit too desperate with it. If the movie's good, you know, just let the movie speak for itself. Like, you don't have to go out of your way to keep showing stuff about the film. There's too many clips online. I think, at this point now, there's at least 10 minutes of clips that you can piece together to get the overall plot of the movie. I really think that Crypto is going to die in the movie. Or something. Like, I'm right there with how it should have ended. I think that them showing the dog so much, especially that scene where he goes into Lex's office and he demands, like, where's the dog? You know, all John Wick style. I think Crypto is not going to make it past this movie. Like, I just have a feeling. So. Yeah, John, I'm not seeing this place, man. I'm looking. I might have already done this one. It's possible I did. Because over there, that's Bleak Island, isn't it? It's on the left of the bridge. Okay. Is it under the bridge or on top of the bridge? The left of the bridge. This is a train. Train terminal. Left of the bridge. Left of the bridge.
Ain't too late to join up, my friend.
I mean, all I got down below me is water.
I hear the money's good too.
And all I have under the bridge here is there's nothing here. Because this right here, this is now, this right here would be Bleak Island, wouldn't it? Yeah, I'm in the cauldron now, so this is Bleak Island.
I liked Batman's old car. You know, it had a kind of retro classic car thing going on. Then turned into a freaking
He had a vintage thing going on. He's supposed to be Supergirl's dog, so you think Crypto's gonna show up in the sequel? Okay.
Bat thinks he got away. Scarecrow's not done yet.
Oh, so he is gonna be in the Supergirl movie? Okay. Alright, I thought they were doing the whole John Wick thing. Hey, I don't mind being wrong, it doesn't bother me.
Okay, we'll join a couple of riots, but I can't be out all night. It's my turn to watch the kids
Aw, look at that. That's a parent who cares about his kids, even though he's a villain. That's very sweet. I mean, we've got a flag up here for people, but there's nobody up here. Maybe I took the thing down already, John. I don't see anything, man. I'm here walking, I'm walking. There's no thugs up here. There's no thugs on the bridge. There's no thugs under the bridge. And now, again, I'm in the cauldron, so... I don't know. It's the building on the left side of the bridge. It has an orange sign on it. Alright. The one that said this? I already did this one.
Trust me, don't hit the banks. They're spoken for.
The one that says Gotham on it? Does that count as a sign? Or are you talking about that one down there? Which I'm pretty sure I did that one too.
Is there anywhere left that ain't been looted? I'm getting bored.
Because that has an orange sign down there. Okay, what do you, stop that. Oh, yeah, okay, nope, I see it. Alright, good eye. You're good. This place.
He's got nowhere to hide. You hear that, Batman? You're finished.
Look out! Batman!
Last guy. Oh, for the love of... Dude! It's that one. Okay, so you meant... Oh, it says ferry terminal on it. Okay, alright. Never mind. Alright, that does it for this, though, right? Stabbity stab.
That's it, Batman. Clear out these roads. We'll need
Yeah, I don't like movies and shows with a lot of gore. It's not my thing. Here's this is my entertainment, okay? I don't like shows with kids in them. I don't have kids of my own, so I don't really like watching shows with kids. If your anime is brand new and it's like the main characters are all kids, you know, and they're not in high school, don't care for it. Not gonna watch it. I don't like gore. So if your show has like lots of gore, like Goblin Slayer or Berserk or something like that, probably not gonna watch it all. I don't like it. I was watching one anime that started as like a rom-com like fantasy show. It began, I think, the fall of last year or something like that. Fall of 2024. I tried to get into it, and it seemed like it was this happy, like, whatever anime about this dude who worked for a party. He got fired. He has the ability to use his eye to appraise things. Well, the end of the first episode, he lost his arm, he lost his legs, he lost his eyes, and then he was brought back to life by, like, this tree spirit lady. But it was too gory for me, so I couldn't continue to watch it. Like, I didn't know if they did that just for shock value, or if they were going to continue to have gore in it. So I was like, nah, I'm not watching this. The art for the show made it look like, you know, it was going to be kind of like this fun, like, rom-com fantasy epic between this girl and guy, like this tree spirit lady and this dude who has an appraisal ability. And I was like, oh, okay, that looks fun. I watched the first episode. I was like, nope. Not watching anymore. So those are my basic rules. Because I don't mind Naruto Shippuden, but I don't like Naruto and I don't like Boruto. When they're teenagers and stuff, it's fine. Like teenagers or adults, I'll watch it. But I don't generally like watching things with kids. Phineas and Ferb is the exception, because Phineas and Ferb is hilarious. But for the most part, I don't watch shows where little kids are the main characters. When I was a kid, I watched shows that had kids. But I don't watch shows with kids in them. Not my thing. Okay, so apparently we have some checkpoints in Founders Island. Probably in Port Adams would be my guess. So we're going to go take down some Serpent drones. And we're going to do Deacon Black in this episode. And then we're going to get ready for the next episode. Because there is going to be another episode. I just haven't made a thumbnail for it yet. I'm lazy. Because we are going to do Deacon Black. Nobody likes you, Riddler. You're annoying, you're irritating, and everyone hates you. This is why you don't have friends. This is why you don't have friends, because nobody likes you. There's something called being too irritating, and you're just too irritating. I think part of the reason I don't like a lot of, like, animes with kids in them is the kids are just annoying. Like, maybe I'm a bit too mean or something like that, but I don't like things that are annoying. That's one of the core reasons I don't watch Pokemon, is the characters kind of bother me. They're like, yeah. You love Riddler? He's too much of a narcissist. Am I going the right way? Do 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 do. Wee. Do I think Frank Miller should write the next Arkham game? No, 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 no. No, no, no. Frank may not be like an activist, but Frank is crazy. Frank is like... There's a difference between activists and conspiracy theorists. Frank is a conspiracy theorist that is so far off the rails that, like, in the 80s, he was right. Like, our world is headed to, like, the book 1984 or whatever. But Frank is too far gone. So, when Frank was younger, yeah, he was spot on with his interpretations of things, but he went too far. You know, just how, like, activists go too crazy with their activism? Frank went too far with his conspiracy theories so that he's, like, everyone thinks he's nuts. I think he's nuts. So, if I think Frank Miller's nuts, and I'm kind of like a middle-of-the-road, like, common-sense person, then you know that Frank Miller is lost. Like, he's too far for either side to claim him. It's too much. Frankie is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. He used to be very based. He used to be very common sense-like and kind of like, hey, we need to watch out for this kind of stuff because blah, blah, blah. But then he went too far. If you go too far conspiracy, then, like, it's hard to bring you back, you know? A little bit of conspiracy is okay. Questioning the government a little bit is okay. But everything that Frank says is like... Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Too much. Yeah, he lost his marbles. See, John is like me. John is a pretty common sense oriented person, you know? Like, we agree on a lot of stuff. So John and I would get along. Like, if we probably had, like, a discussion about stuff, most likely, because we're pretty grounded in common sense. But Frank Miller doesn't necessarily have common sense. He doesn't even believe in common sense anymore. He doesn't believe in anything. He thinks... Frank Miller believes in his heart of hearts that everything is out to get him. And, like, there is no good. He thinks that everything is evil and there's no good in society whatsoever. I think that there's still good in society. I think there's some pretty twisted stuff. But I don't think that humankind is without redemption. I believe that there is a way for humanity to redeem themselves and things like that. Frank believes that the world pretty much is completely lost and that it's too late and nothing you can do to fix anything, so just best to warn people. And, you know, he has no faith in anything. Like, he doesn't believe in a higher power. He believes in nothing. He's completely...
Militia's aerial
He's out of his
redeployment is
gourd.
eliminated. Resume Founders Island patrols.
Pretty much.
Choppers are taking flight as we speak, Batman.
There is a lot of evil in the world, but I'm going to tell you this. I'm not an optimist either. There's always hope. Like, it may seem like there's a lot of vile, nasty things in the world and, you know, crazy things happening, but the world is not without hope. There is always good people that will rise to challenge evil. We don't live in a society where everything is completely, you know, everything is evil. We're not there yet. In fact, with the rejection of activism and things slowly going back to how it was in the mid-2000s, society is starting to heal a little bit. There's still things about society that are very bad, but it's starting to go back to kind of how it was before the pandemic a little bit. Actually, I'd say it's starting to get a little bit better than before it was the pandemic. So I think, like, in terms of where we are, I would say probably, like, circa 2017, maybe. Cancel culture is slowly dying. People are not afraid to leave their homes as much anymore. There are still some people that wear masks, but for the most part, you know, society is kind of healing a little bit. More people are getting out in the world and doing things. There's one group causing a lot of problems, but they've lost pretty much all political and social influence, so they'll basically fade into obscurity like they were 20 years ago. They'll still exist, but they won't, like, you know, they can't dictate people's parents and tell them they have to read these books and they have to do this, they have to do that. There's going to be more freedoms again. Just takes time. In my personal opinion, it lasted way longer than it was supposed to, but, you know, people were scared to speak up because if you spoke up, you would lose your job. You know, if you said you believed in common sense or you believed that there was only men and women, you could literally be targeted for, like, violent crimes. You could have your job taken away from you, you know? So all that stuff is going away. They don't have any power anymore. Which is a good thing, because if we would have kept going the way that we were going, society, like, civilized society would have crumbled in less than 10 years. If those people are still in power. Because they were challenging universal truths, and they were creating all kinds of problems. You cannot throw away a universal fact. If you do, then there's no common sense anymore. You can't call an egg a stone or something like that. It's an egg, you know? You can't go and change, like, actual facts that everyone agrees with, like, around the world and just try to make everybody agree with you or else. Like, that type of society can't run. Which is the problem that I've had with those people for years, is you cannot change universal law to make your feelings feel better. That's insane. That is absolutely insanity. You can be whatever you want, but you cannot, you know, change who you are permanently. Because your DNA, your bones, everything will never change. But, you know, some people were just kind of like, we have to do this. You know, we have to change reality and make everybody believe what we believe or else. So I was not on board with that. Because it's even me describing it, like, nowadays sounds insane, but that's how crazy the world was for 10 years. Is you had to go along with everything or you jeopardize your entire life. They could get you fired, they could get you blacklisted so you could never work again, you know, all kinds of stuff. Just for disagreeing with something that literally goes against universal law. It's absolute insanity. But, like I said, the world is not completely evil. There are people that will stand up to, like, actual realism and truth and all this other stuff again. The fact that you see people who aren't afraid to speak out anymore, like, that shows you that people aren't afraid anymore. Pretty much. And like I'm saying, you can be whatever you want, but you cannot change theoretical law. If you're born a certain way, and you have certain parts, You know, you might be able to change it, but you cannot change your core DNA. You're always going to have, you know, if you're a guy, you're always going to have guy stuff inside your body. If a dude actually had a baby, do you know what would happen to us? Have you ever seen the movie Aliens, when the alien burst out of your stomach and the dude died? We cannot physically handle bearing a child. A man would die. Because your body is not going to morph the way that an actual woman's body can. Because we're not created to do that. I'm actually surprised that they haven't tried to have children, because if they do try to artificially inseminate a man, their insides, their intestines, their stomach, their pelvis, it will all explode. You know? It's just not, it's not possible. It will never be possible because we cannot rewrite a human's DNA, even through cloning. So that's why I always stood against certain things, is because you can't go against universal truth. It doesn't matter. You can be as crazy as you want. You can call yourself a duck or whatever. You're always going to be a person. You know? So, yeah. If that bothers people, I mean, I can't change reality for you, and you cannot change or distort my version of reality because I know what reality is. Anyone who goes against common sense will always lose. It's true. So, if something violates the laws of common sense, it's not correct. Whoops. And that's not even from a religious point of view, you know? What is my favorite Lego? We've never gotten a Lego Spider-Man game, to my knowledge. We've gotten Lego Marvel games. The fact that we've never had a Lego Spider-Man game is interesting. Alright, time for Deacon Black. I actually stumbled on this by accident. I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, so that, I mean, that's the only reason I was ever against anything, is you cannot warp reality or people's perception of reality and then make demands.
Leave Gotham.
Like, if they were just kind of like, I believe so-and-so that I can be this, it'd be like, great for you. But then they're like, now I'm going to teach your child that I can be this, and I can be just like a real woman or a real man. And it's like, no, you can't. So that's where the blowback happened. If they would have kept, like, just doing whatever they wanted, they like to do this, they like that, that's fine. But they tried to change universal law, and that's why they lost. That's why there was such a huge rejection of things, is because society is like, yeah, I guess we are that way because we stand for reality. And you don't live in the world of reality, you live in the world of delusion. And so that's why, you know, worldwide society, not just America. That's what people misunderstand. It's not just America that said enough of this nonsense. The rest of the world did too. Because they know that it's not possible. But you have to remember, universal truth is not fun. It's not nice. It's never nice to tell people the truth because you hurt their feelings. Truth is not a pleasant thing. It's a fact, but it's not a fact that's pleasant. You know what I mean? A lie is comforting. A lie makes you feel good. A lie doesn't really necessarily hurt people's feelings because you can warp a lie to do whatever the lie is supposed to do. But the truth stabs like a knife. The truth is a realization of something either horrible or true that hurts your feelings or makes you scared. That's why people lie so much in society, is because, you know, lies do damage later, but in the beginning a lie makes you feel good. Truth is realization of something that you cannot change. Whether you get like a cancer diagnosis, or you find out that you're terminal, or you lost your job, or whatever, you know. Truth is not pleasant, but the truth is necessary. But the truth is, you know, truth is hard.
Walk into paradise together. For this is the moment we shall return from exile.
But sometime, I'm going to tell you this, even though the truth is difficult, the truth is important for people to learn and to move on with their lives or embrace the change that's going to happen in your life, whether it's a bad diagnosis from a doctor, losing your job, or whatever. The truth is necessary in your human life. You can't always avoid the truth. The truth is going to catch up to you whether you like it or not.
We invoke the spirit of righteous anger. Be thy Lord present among us in all his glory. Whet the dagger, and let the blood be loosed from its vessel, so that I may drink deep and taste the fruit of immortality. Be this blood the blood of eternal life.
I don't know if necessarily the truth will set you free. I mean, the truth is necessary, but it's I guess it depends on the person.
By the virtue of the blade, I shall.
And again, I'm not like some like guru or anything like that. I'm just a normal guy.
Disrupt this ritual.
Batman, is that you? Get me out of here!
This is sacred ground, heathen. You do not belong here. But God has sent you so that I may bathe in your blood too. My children, the devil comes clad in black.
Like, people have been saying for years that I've completely changed my moral compass, but I've been standing still with the same beliefs and the same ideals and stuff that I had like 25, 30 years ago. Nothing has really changed. Society tried to change around me, and then the only reason they lost is because they tried to change universal truths and force other people to believe what their new version of reality was. And eventually, more and more people were just like, wait a second, this is not right. And that's it. That's all that happened. I'm not some philosopher. I'm just a gamer, for crying out loud. I just still hold to the same ideals and beliefs from the 90s and the 2000s. That's it. I'm really not that smart. I'm not that intelligent. I just didn't change with the rest of society. Society went off the rails. I stayed still. That's it. I'm not really a proponent for anything. I'm just... The only thing I'm a proponent for is truth. As long as something doesn't go against reality, I don't really care what you do. Personally. It's your life, you do what you want. But if I have kids, you're not allowed to tell my kid that you can literally change who you are and, you know, all this other stuff, like down to your your DNA and all this other stuff, because that's, for one, that's going to confuse children to no end and really screw up the next generation, but also it's not theoretically possible. Even if you had the most money in the world, you cannot do bone surgery, you can't change the DNA inside your brain. If you try to mess with your brain, you're going to kill yourself. Just like there's no, like, successful, like, brain transplant yet, really. You know? Your brain is such a complicated machine that doing a head transplant or brain transplant hasn't worked yet.
I'll still be here when you're dead and gone, Batman. Gotham will be mine.
Spare me this sermon.
Maybe once we're like in Star Trek territory, but I don't know.
I'm kidding. Looks like I got my story. This is it, Batman. This could get me back in the game. My own show. Hey, first guest, how about it? The real Batman. Your story.
I'm taking you back to GCPD.
That's right, the Batmobile can't make it over here. Be interesting if the Batmobile showed up, but Rocksteady thought of everything. Old Rocksteady did. And now begins the end game. Sort of.
You're stepping into my church now, Deacon.
Look around you, Batman. Look at what you seek to protect. Gotham is fallen. Why are you still fighting? This is over.
I say when it's over, Blackfire. Take him down to the cells.
Hey, don't look too pleased to see me,
You think this Blackfire's a real priest, Batsy? It's just, I owe Gotham Church an apology for that incident with the hydrochloric holy water. That was one hell of a baptism.
Wasn't it interesting with Deacon Black that they went right to just doing his mission? There was no subsequent missions leading up to the whole Deacon Black incident. It just kind of happened. Alright, so all that's left is the firefighter intel, which we can do on the next episode.
A GCPD helicopter has just reported a hostage
Yep.
situation.
So we'll do that on the next episode, which I'm going to get that set up for you guys.
17 firefighters, sir.
Oh, of course, it's always hard to hear Kevin. Yeah. But I mean, you know, the dude followed me. His voice was in my life for 30 years. I'm very thankful that, you know, we got to know people from our childhood in that capacity because, like, it's a rarity. Like, not many actors that I grew up with in the 80s and 90s who were, like, voice actors in cartoons, did they show up in other roles or the same role over and over again. Kevin was very fortunate to, thanks to his fan base, continue to play his favorite character. You know, until essentially his death. That's a pretty awesome thing if you think about it. And he was in every type of media, from video games, TV, commercials, theme parks, you know. It's pretty cool. 30 years of that. I can't think of many actors who had that, you know, that blessing, really, if you think about it. Pretty incredible. 90s, mid-90s, late 90s, 2000s, mid-2000s, 2010s, 2015, 2020. Even some, you know, post-Mortius roles that he did. Pretty incredible.
So has the Bat taken care of these Arkham Knight punks yet?
Alright, so we're gonna... I forgot to set up the next stream. I'm kind of bad at that. So we're setting up the next stream. But yeah, that's what I always... I find so weird about my haters is, like... I literally share the same opinion of, like, half of the world or more than half of the world. Most of the civilized world thinks the same as I do. So, for them to call me all kinds of weird labels and stuff over the past, like, not even decade. It's been, like, 7 years or something like that. 6, 7 years. It's crazy to me. But that's why I said, like, history will remember... Well, actually, no, history is not going to remember me at all, but the internet will remember my contributions later on, and most of the hate will all dissipate because looking back on some things that tried to happen and that didn't, it won't make any sense. If anything, people will be like, why was this guy harassed for like 6 or 7 years when most of the stuff he said was completely normal?
Give me half the money they spent on this army, and I'd kill the Bat in 2 seconds.
Alright, there we go. Episode 21, I guess will be the end game next time. So we've got... what's going to be part of the next one? We have the attack, the big attack on GCPD, the last firefighter, and then it goes into the end game, and then we'll start the, it might be the end. Yeah, it could be the end. And then tomorrow will be the challenge maps, probably. I think so. I'm just waiting for YouTube to finish setting up the next stream, then I can redirect you guys. Sorry about that. Sometimes, like, setting up additional streams takes a while because, like, YouTube is slow. Like, their OS is not all that's cracked up to be. It has problems. Let's shoot for 9:30. Woof. I don't normally get cold. You cold, Link?
What the hell's this tank still doing here? Everything's falling under Scarecrow's command. He's calling the shots. No way that guy can show his face around here again.
Yeah, I can't think of that much that's left. You have the... Gotham is under attack. The last firefighter. Then it goes right into Scarecrow. YouTube needs to update their OS. Yeah, good luck with that. Good luck. I would love to see that happen. It's not going to.
This place is gonna have more plant life than a nature reserve. We'll be the endangered species.
Now, if I can just get, like, some Christian people to stop thinking I'm nuts, that'd be great. But I don't think I've ever had the church has never really been nice to me anyway. Somebody was asking before, it's like, did you actually talk to the church about getting food and stuff like that? It's like, yep. They're not going to help.
Heard anything about Scarecrow?
I emailed our local church and I was like, hey, we need help paying rent. And they said, we'll pray for you. It's like, that helps, but not what I was asking for. I was asking for help with rent. So, yeah, no. But whatever, you know. Just keep us in your thoughts and prayers about the whole bank loan thing. I really need that to happen. I got good credit and everything, so, you know, it might work. You got Deathstroke yet? Deathstroke won't be until after the police department. Alright, there we go. You guys will be redirected, and I'll see you in a few. So that's it for this episode. Episode 21 starts up right now. Well, not now, in a second. You go through.